Okay, as promised in my introduction, let's talk about how to generate heaps of prospects. Now, let me preface it all by saying I'm not knocking the new way of doing business, social media. It's important, and I will explain how you can use that in developing prospects in your area. But remember, there's lots of ways of reaching people within a radius of your business. You think what gets through to your local market? Letters, flyers, local newspapers, shopping centre displays, cash register vouchers, banners, signs and promotions, and of course Google's for businesses like yours in your area, and targeted social media and your website. They all get through, but the easy ones to get through with and the easy ones for you to understand and do on a regular basis are those things like letters, flyers, local newspapers and so on. So there's a couple of questions you've got to ask before we can get this working for us. Number one, who's your market? Number two, where are they located and are they within easy reach of you? Quite frankly, I think you should locate your business where your market is. If they've got to travel across town, they're not going to come to you, or you're going to get sick of travelling across town. So think about it. How many suspects are there within a few kilometres of your business? Are there plenty of them? And what are their demographics? Are they the right sort of people for you? Do they have the right sort of problems that you can solve? Because this brings up the next question. Do they need, or better still, want what you've got? Because it's most important they understand what you've got for them and they want to have it. Now, people don't buy what they need, unfortunately. Look, they all need financial planning. They all need a dentist or a chiropractor. But nobody leaps out of bed saying, I must have a financial planner. What they want is to save tax or get a little bit richer or put some money away. They don't leap out of bed and say, I've got to see a dentist. They want to get relief from pain. They want to get rid of those headaches, seeing a chiropractor. So we've got to be able to express what we've got in language that they understand. Now, if you do have what they want, why aren't they beating your door down? And there's just one simple reason for it. And that is that they don't know you and what you can do for them. So what do you got to do? You got to tell them. And of course you can use all of the available distribution channels I've talked about. Now I reckon there's a simple answer. Everyone in your area, in your market, within a radius of a couple of kilometres, say about 10,000 homes, has a letterbox. Yeah, a letterbox. And that's the front door to their front door. Let's knock on the letterbox and hope we get inside the house with a flyer. Now, I mean by creating a flyer that works gangbusters for you, not the normal crap, the normal garbage you get in a letterbox that gets thrown out. I mean when you do something well. And in order to do that, you've really got to know, you've got to understand, empathise with your market. As I've often said, you've got to walk in their moccasins. Remember the Indians say you cannot know a person until you've spent 3 moons in their moccasins. You've got to understand what they want, what hurts them, what worries them, what they need and desire to help them get where they want to go. So you've got to remember that mnemonic, AIDA. That's the secret of any successful advertising, any successful marketing. You've got to get people's attention, you've got to stimulate their interest, create desire and make them take action. So for this flyer, we've got to know what's going to get their attention. We've got to create a headline because the headline is an advert for the rest of the advert, for the rest of the flyer. The headline is 80% of the impact of what you're going to do. If you don't seize their attention, they throw the darn flyer out. So you've got to express it in a way that they understand, in the vernacular. So maybe for a dentist you say something like this: if you have a dentist you love, then throw this in the rubbish bin. For a chiropractor it might be, if headaches, back pain or neck pain are killing you, call us. Or it might be, if we don't turn up when we promise, we'll do your plumbing for free. If it's a plumber. What about for a financial planner? Well, how about this one? If you love your bank, then please don't read this. A vet might say, here's what to do if your pet ever gets crook. I love that word, crook. Now, they aren't the only things you can use for headlines. Don't just take those from me as gospel. Think about what people say to you when they phone up or when they come through the door. They don't put on highfalutin language. They don't give you literary stuff. They tell you in plain and simple language what their problem is and what they want. And that's what you've got to echo in that flyer to get their attention. Now, I write lots of headlines before I write the copy. I might write 20, 30, 40, 50 headlines until I get it right. And I use those 12 magic words and some other words and phrases I've got. If you want to know what they are, have a look at the website. Have a look at the subscriber page of the website and I'll get the 12 magic words and some other rather good phrases listed for you. So once you've got the headline, you amplify and explain the headline. You tell a story. And all of us can tell stories. When we were little kids in Bub's grade and the teacher taught us about writing an essay or composition, it used to be called, or writing a story, we just told the story in simple terms. And when we told the story and finished, that was the end of it. We could do it as babes. We can do it as adults if we relax and let go. And one of the most important things you must do in writing this is take care of the elephant in the room. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I mean by answering all of their questions, or at least all of the most important ones, giving lots of reasons why. You know, if they want to know how much it costs or whether you're expensive, you've got to answer that question. If they want to know why they should choose you, you've got to give them great reasons. If they want proof of what you can do, you've got to give them great proof. So, this is as far as we're going today. We're going to create the headline, and next month we'll go on and talk about how you get body copy that really works, that stimulates interest, creates desire and makes them take action. And in further editions of Business Marketing, I'll look at the other things you can do to support this lead generating mechanism. Because as I've said to you often, what we need to create is a little black box that generates an endless supply of prospects for us. And there are squillions of prospects out there for your business, not very far away. But what you've got to do is tell them what you can do for them. They've got to know you and say, they are the right people for me. More next month in this great subject of how to generate heaps of prospects. You know, success in business comes when you don't have to take every prospect. You can knock some back because you don't like the set of their jib. And that's when business is great. When you deal with people you love to deal with. Coming up in just a couple of moments is the second 2 in the great 2x2x2 formula, plus some great thoughts on how to rebuild or renovate your website.